The Houston Texans are no doubt about it going to be one of the worst NFL franchises going forward. They might even end up being the worst NFL franchise in history. This is mainly because they have nothing going for their organization right now. And the one thing that they do have going for their organization, Deshaun Watson, is in complete shambles. It's mainly because he loves those massages, but also because he himself hates the Texans organization. He wants out. Whether he gets out or not, that doesn't matter. You really don't want to play any football game where your franchise quarterback doesn't want to be there. And that's a real issue for the Texans, considering Deshaun Watson is an insane talent. He has so much athletic ability, and he's smart on his feet, and he can make great decisions with the ball, that I don't blame the Texans for not wanting to give up him. But they can't really do anything in replacing him either, because they don't have any first-round picks. They've traded them all away, spent them, given them to somebody else. And that's a real issue, because they're in a rebuild that they didn't really want, even though they lost all their players. They got to start from scratch, but they have no picks to do that. And this is one of the big issues with the Texans organization. They can't make good decisions, it seems. They got rid of D-Hop. Everyone was questioning that from the beginning. Everyone thought, what's wrong with him? D-Hop's insane. He's got so much speed. He's explosive. And they just got rid of him. Well, Deshaun Watson didn't have any targets to throw to in 2020, and it showed. They won 3 games. Abysmal. And this offseason, you have J.J. Watt, who was on film apologizing to Deshaun, saying that being in that organization was a waste of his year and how much time he had left, which is really sad because J.J. was with the Texans since the very beginning, and he's starting to turn on the place. That's why he left and got a sweet deal with the Cardinals. But in the draft, with what they had, their first pick was a pseudo-replacement for Deshaun, which, I mean, Davis Mills is all right, but he's not anywhere near how Deshaun Watson is. Deshaun Watson is 10 times better than Davis Mills. But Davis Mills, I really hope he does improve. Like all quarterbacks in the league, it's great to watch a low-touted quarterback be able to rise the ranks and become one of the best, Tom Brady style. But it's going to be tough for him because let's say Watson does leave, they still don't really have any weapons. But what they did pick up, they picked up a wide receiver out of Michigan, Nico Collins, and a tight end, Brevin Jordan, out of Miami. But long term, that's not really going to help them. They have a solid running back core, though. They have David Johnson, Phillip Lindsay, Mark Ingram. But Mark Ingram's old-ish. He's getting there. And Phillip Lindsay deserves a lot more respect, though. He's really good, but it's looking tough. Their one big wide receiver out of the 6 that they should have is Randall Cobb. That's why I'm really worried about these Texans. Because in 2002, when the league expanded, nobody wanted to see a team that would end up where they are now. Everybody wants to see a new team succeed. Or they don't, I don't know. But at least I want to see the new team succeed. The defense, though, is going to be their big issue. Because there's nothing there. They hopefully will do something in the offseason before the season starts, but right now, it's looking bleak. It's looking really bad. And I'm going to be honest with you. I really hope that this defense does not become another Cleveland Browns. Not the current Cleveland Browns, the ones in the past, where they tried so hard on offense that they completely left their defense to struggle even worse than their offense did. And that kind of leads to their schedule. Their schedule in their division with the new Jags, the Colts, which are pretty good right now, and the Titans with a great running back, Derrick Henry, and a solid quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, they're going to have some issues. I hate saying this, but I think these Texans might be the first 0-17 team in the NFL. That's not really good when it's the first 17-game season in NFL history. So I don't really want to say that lightly either, because there's so much pain and effort and strength that all these players put into the NFL season, that to kind of only be remembered as a player that didn't win a single game one year is a horrible fate. And I don't want that for any of the players. But I do think it's going to happen. Their schedule is not that easy. Their easiest games, I still think, are going to be tough for them to even get close to winning. But besides that, you can't have a good team without a good coach. And that's why I think these Texans are going to struggle, because they already struggle on offense. They struggle on defense. Special teams, they struggle. But I also think they're going to struggle at coach, because David Culley, it's his first head coaching job. And to have your first head coaching job being a complete disaster of a team is going to be really tough, because his whole career could be on how he treats these Texans. Because if he can find a way to take a Texans team like this out of the dirt and make them a really good team, then he could pass Belichick as the best coach of all time, or Andy Reid, or any other coach that was able to find a struggling team and pick out a couple gem players that everybody else overthought. And it would be really cool to see Culley do that, but I really do not have the faith. Maybe I should. He's had some other jobs in some good places. He was a quarterback coach and a wide receiver coach with the Ravens and the Chiefs organizations, which are both really solid organizations, but I still don't believe in Culley. I just can't see anything good happening out of that organization in the next couple years, and I really do hate to say that. All these issues together are going to make this team struggle. It's not one thing. It's all these problems that have mashed together and formed this big issue for this team that they're really going to be hard-pressed to overcome, especially if they lose Deshaun. Deshaun is their only light of hope right now, and even his being there is in question. Because his being there is in question, the new head coach being a shaky choice, in my opinion, and the overall team as a whole not having one of those huge standout stars. Respect, though, to Philip Lindsay. I'm sad to say that these Texans are going to be down for a few years. The 2021 season is going to be their worst in history, I think. And hopefully, 2022, they'll have a first-round pick, and they'll be able to maybe get a quarterback or a player that can change their organization for the better. But until then, they're going to be here for a long, long time. But like I said before, they're still going to have some company. They're going to have the Jets, Lions, Bengals. They're going to have some time and some friends, and it's going to be okay. But the Texans, I hope that one day they'll be the best team in Texas. But that might be 10, 15 years, because Dallas isn't slowing down anytime soon. They made some good moves. And overall, Detroit probably has a worse quarterback problem, but at least they have some good coaching decisions on their side. Same with the Bengals. They've got some leaps in the draft that many people would say, that's a strange pick, but at least they still have some all-right coaches on their team. But I just don't see that for these Texans. But that's enough kind of ragging on this team, because it is really fun to make fun of your favorite team's rival after they blow a huge game that they were supposed to win. But you still got to remember that the players on these teams try as hard as they possibly can to make their fans happy. And that's why the NFL is so great. The fans are the reason these players play. There's also the billions of dollars that they rake in every year, but it's also the fact that the fans care about them. They care about these players. And even though the players might be on a team that you might hate, they're still trying as hard as they can to win a ring and make their family proud, to make the fans proud. So that's about it for these Texans, but I still hope that the players get traded to a better team and succeed as well as they possibly can, because that would be great to watch. Some of these lower players be able to climb the ranks and be way better than they ever would have been with the Texans. But that's all I see right now, and that's all I'm thinking about. So I've been Blowout Sports. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Hit the bell, whatever. See you later.